So, you want to build an online brand. And why wouldn't you? There are so many benefits to marketing online that most other traditional mediums either can't offer or can't do nearly as effectively. Like granular consumer targeting or retargeting, sequential storytelling, real-time consumer feedback and engagement, ephemeral content and messaging that can be optimized in real time. And probably the most powerful benefit, real-time reporting and analytics, covering content performance, sales data and leads, conversion rates, ROI, and the list goes on. I'm Adam Jays, Head of Digital at Havas, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to share a few principles that may help you build a successful brand online. First, know your audience. It's difficult to build an online brand if you're unsure of who you're targeting. So consider things like demographic information, like age, location, income brackets, etc. But also really consider and understand what your consumer's psychographic, shopping, and online behaviors are. This will not only help you meet your target audience where they are, but will also help you in creating content that will appeal and resonate when you do. Now, I'm not a behavioral scientist, but in my humble experience, I find consumers to typically occupy one of two mindsets online. They're either in intent or discovery mode. Intent being very direct, like searching for product or service recommendations, and discovery being more scrolling through your Facebook timeline 5 minutes before your next Zoom call. You want to consider and create an online ecosystem that affords you the opportunity to target them with communication that would appeal to either of those mindsets. And the best way to do this is to understand what your consumer's path to purchase is going to be. How do you move your consumer from awareness or discovery into consideration or intent, and ultimately into an action or a purchase? A very basic example would be creating an online video and publishing that to a channel like Facebook, and then retargeting that audience with link ads to your website. Once you know your audience, which channels you're going to be present on, and you have an idea of how you're going to get your audience from awareness into taking an action, you'll want to create a clear online identity. Your identity should be a manifestation of your core brand beliefs and values. This would encompass what your brand will look like visually, so things like logo, color palettes, fonts, etc., but also how your brand is going to sound online, so things like tone and persona. Now, you could argue that this exercise could precede your audience and channel investigation, but really I think it should either follow it or at the very least run in parallel to it. Each channel has its own quirks and nuances, and your brands and your consumer's lexicon will shift and change from channel to channel. So if you know that, it's easier to define what the parameters of your identity are going to be. For example, you could be witty but never condescending, etc. Once you've got your identity locked in, you can begin engaging your audience and creating content. The key to content creation is to create with an objective in mind. We referenced the path to purchase earlier. So if your objective is to create brand awareness, consider content that's exciting and shareable. Whereas if you're trying to drive leads or web clicks, consider content that is hyper-relevant and informative. Remember, each channel is nuanced, both in the way your consumers use it, but also in the media formats that they offer. So try to create content with the channel and the consumer in mind. So where possible, avoid posting the exact same content across multiple channels. For example, Twitter has character limitations and might be best suited to product updates, whereas Instagram is far more visual and might be better suited to lifestyle content and inspiration. Possibly the biggest benefit of online communication is that it's measurable. Most channels have a native reporting tool giving you real-time key insights into your content and media performance, as well as conversion rates. If you have a fairly robust online ecosystem, you can track online traffic from a specific ad all the way through your consumer's path to purchase right down to a sale, assuming of course you're transacting online. So don't shy away from the data. Knowing what works and what doesn't and being able to make those changes and optimize in real time is a powerful benefit to communicating online. So, a few principles to building an online brand. Know your audience, build an online ecosystem, create an identity, engage and publish content, and monitor and optimize your online performance. Thank you.